by the power of Grayskull.
Oh hey guys, what's going on? Pixel Dan here. Check out what I got. It's the Reissue He-Man figure. Now since I've already done a review of the first release of Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man, what I'm going to do today is just do a comparison video to show you guys the differences between the new Reissue He-Man and the already released first issue of He-Man. So what are we waiting for? Let's rip this guy open and take a look at the updates. Okay, so first things first, we're going to take a quick look at the new packaging. Now, as you can see, it's not really any different from the already released He-Man figure. In fact, the only difference I can spot on the package is the small blurb on the blister that says the original. Now this of course is an homage to the classic line when they did this on reissued figures. Other than that, as you can see by the side-by-side comparison, the figure is posed exactly the same way, the packaging itself looks exactly the same. Even the back of the cards show the same figures, have the same bio. So the only actual change on his packaging is the small yellow blurb stating the original. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the new He-Man out of his package. Now, we got the new Reissue He-Man here on the right, and the original release on the left. Standing side by side, you really can't notice much of a difference. He's pretty much the same figure. This is a pretty good thing, especially for those who missed out on He-Man the first time. There are no paint variations, no color differences. He's pretty much the exact same original looking He-Man figure. So if you missed out on before, this is good news for you. You've got a chance to get the classic looking He-Man. Now, there are a few minor updates that I want to point out to you on this figure. First thing I wanted to talk about is the loincloth. You see on the original release He-Man here, the loincloth was very stiff, a very sturdy plastic. It did not move hardly at all. Many have often kind of worried about that plastic being too hard, being too rough, worrying about the fact that he may not be able to sit on Battle Cat when he comes out, and even, possibly hindering his leg articulation. Luckily with the new reissue, as with most of the Masters figures released since He-Man, he now has the softer loincloths. It's very flexible, just like most of the figures that have been released ever since. So that is one update that is very positive on this figure. The second update I wanted to discuss is actually in the shoulder joints. Many may not even realize this was the case, but on the original release of He-Man, the shoulder joints were actually backwards. This is actually supposed to be the shoulder joint for his left arm, and vice versa over here, so they got them backwards. And it's not that noticeable, but if you look at the way it's shaped and everything, you can kind of see that it was meant to be for the other side of the body. The good update on the reissue here, if you see the side-by-side comparison, they did update the shoulder joints so that they are now correct. I don't know if you can really tell on the video or not, but they are definitely fitting in the right position. If we take a look at Reissue He-Man's right shoulder and compare it to the original He-Man's left shoulder, you'll notice the sculpts are exactly the same. That's because it's the same shoulder joint, just on opposite sides of the body. Same goes for the other way around. So the He-Man figure on the reissue does now include the corrected joints. Okay, now the third and only other noticeable difference I have seen on this figure lies in the paint on the face. Now, if you guys do remember on that original release of He-Man, he does noticeably have some red paint around the eyes. A lot of folks did kind of make the comments that they weren't fond of the red paint. It kind of made him look like he just had, you know, red eyes. It felt a little out of place. On the reissue He-Man figure, as you can see, he's actually got a much better painted face. The red around the eyes has been completely removed, so you just have the solid skin tone there. Other than that, it appears the actual face, the paint, the detail, everything like that is still exactly the same. Just the red around the eyes has been removed. That does actually sort of improve the figure, in my opinion, also. I do prefer this version without the red around the eyes as opposed to the other figure before it. So, aside from those few minor changes, the figure does appear to be still exactly the same as what we had before. This reissue He-Man still does include the classic power sword, as well as the half of a power sword, the battle axe, and his shield. The armor is still removable via the piece here on the back. So if you'd like to just pop that piece off, I mean, the armor is removable. Everything else seems to be exactly the same. The colors are the same, the paint job is the same, the posability has not been affected. He just has 3 really decent updates. None of the updates here are bad at all, I would say. I would definitely say that these are fixes to the original released He-Man. So counting those down once again, he has a softer loincloth, he has corrected shoulder joints, and he has lost the red paint around his eyes. Other than that, he still looks like the classic He-Man figure, and he is perfect for any of you out there who missed out on He-Man the first time around, or would prefer to buy a new He-Man to possibly replace the one you had before with those corrected issues. So if you guys are interested in picking up He-Man, he goes on sale very soon, so make sure you jump on MattyCollector.com on November 16th. He is a bonus figure, so he is not actually included as part of the subscription this year, so don't expect to get him in the mail with your subscription. He will need to be ordered from the site on the 16th. And guys, if the sellout of the first He-Man was any inclination, I would probably go ahead and order him fast, because I know a lot of people missed out on him the first time around, so I could definitely see him selling out quick. Until next time, guys, I'm Pixel Dan. Take care, everybody.
Do it, Doc!